helping you out there, Barry, but my name's actually Moses Ssebandeke. Moses Ssebandeke, it's a Ugandan name, it's 10 letters long. I just really imagine Barry just looking at my name and like, fuck this. I'm gonna need backup. It's like, having a name that like hard to pronounce has like had the worst mispronunciations that I've ever heard. Because my name's Moses Ssebandeke, but I've heard everything from Moses Ssebandeke, Moses Ssebandeke, my personal favourite, Moses Ssebandeke, which makes me sound like the Queen's personal gay yoga teacher. It's funny. But living in London, I have to experience you guys complaining a lot. And the one thing you guys complain the most about is the tube, the underground, where a lot of you has to get stuffed into a small space, hot, uncomfortable, being transported to a place you do not want to go to. But I think it's the universe kind of punishing England for slavery. That's how I see it. And it's really, really bad, but it's like, I'm happy that I live in 2013 where racism is not as much as a problem that it usually used to be. But I've got my brother in the crowd up there, Isaac. Hey, Isaac. And one time, the poor fellow, he was up somewhere up north, and he was sitting at a bus stop and had a group of people walk up to him and call him a nigger. And he came up to me and said, Moses, my friend, I was called a nigger in Newcastle. I looked him straight in the eye and I said, well, I was called the ape in the Science Museum. I was like, he replied back to me and said, well, I was called a spear chucker in Toys R Us. And I was like, well, I was called the tar baby in the creche. He started arguing about who got called the worst racial slur in the most creative place. That shows brotherly love triumphs over racism every time. So, I mean, we've also got my little brother, but he's a lot smarter than us. But we find out that he's very, very money hungry. And we found this out when one time I looked under his pillows and I found a Sun's page 3 under the pillow. So basically, if you don't know what the Sun page 3 is, it's like every day they kind of like show a female with her bosoms out for the whole world to see. Instead of saying something that I would have said like, that's not mine, I don't know where that came from, he came up to me and said, I was trying to sell it. He was trying to sell it to his friends for £1. When you can get the whole newspaper for 20p. The kids were buying this. And then after that he said, Moses, I think I can trust you now. He looked back and forth, and then opened up a whole archive of page 3s just behind him. Some page 3s dating back to 1908. Fully clothed suffragette women's just showing her ankle because that's all they had to work with back then. And he said, oh, you can give me the vote, and saw that he was becoming the Heisenberg on page 3. I was so fucking proud of the little guy. That was me, Moses Ssebandeke, that's my set, thanks for having me.
All right, are you ready for the next act?